Of course, there are some other flags in play that may be less kind. It could be going to be 50-50 swordless, 50-50 mirrored overworld. Let's see what we got. And we are starting with the ladder. That's their only starting item. With the Elite 8 flags, they only get one. And we have level 1 and... Oop, I lost the picture. Restreamer tells us we should be back in seconds. Hey, also.
Hello, everybody. That was a bit of an unfortunate timing on my side. Sorry about that.
It's okay. The stream froze anyway, so we're although the race has been going for a minute and a half, we've only seen it for 10 seconds. So,
hey, I saw that there was a ladder, and I was disappointed.
Yeah, we also have a mixed quest overworld. We just saw, I think, both of the grave and push.
Good. I think we don't have fun percent based on the fact that the ladder is the ladder.
Yeah.
Unless everything is the ladder.
Yeah. Mercifully for comms, we're not starting with any sort of sprite shuffle or anything like that. So, and
sword.
Got a wood sword in its vanilla location. No extra candles though. We'll need to either find a red candle or buy a blue candle somewhere.
Wait, hold up.
Or maybe complete the seed candle list. It's happened.
They started with ladder and silver arrows.
No, they only started with ladder.
The silver arrows are the white sword item? Or the white sword, the armor item?
Where did you see silver arrows? I didn't...
It was in their pause menu. They had the silver arrows in their menu.
Oh, did they? Because
yep.
Must have been Armos, because Elite 8 flags, they only start with one item.
Well, the seat is rigged.
No.
Too easy. Restart. Please have, like, all max HP wish-ups in every dungeon now. So that's a start screen where you just really hope you don't die on the overworld too often. No, blackout.
Hidden dungeon numbers.
So, sorry.
Yeah, we have one of the Elite 8 flags is a full start shuffle, and so you can end up in Death Mountain like this. But Fury's found a level. It's level question mark. It does have the blue palette, which may or may not mean anything.
If this is vanilla dungeon palettes, well, there's a dark room, so we can't.
Here's a map. It's First Quest 7, not vanilla dungeon palettes.
Not vanilla dungeon palettes, but vanilla First Quest 7 through 9, which means that level 7 probably is a lot of rooms to dig out the spare heart.
Yeah.
Speaking of spare heart, there's a heart container in its normal boss room.
Interesting. That may mean that that may be a coincidence, but it may also mean that dungeon drops are unshuffled, meaning the hearts will be in the boss rooms and the Triforces will be in the Triforce rooms, and so and compasses and maps will also be in there.
Bomb upgrades are shuffled. Thirwolf just now getting out of that start screen. That is an awful start screen to have, actually. It's legitimately terrible. Although if Thirwolf can get to the sword, that will help him get off of that start screen, like, almost for free every time. Looks like we have vanilla regular shops.
Fury picks up the compass. Triforce does not light up because they started with the level 7 Triforce, but he's not leaving. He's gonna look for the item. Since he got the heart container, it's just a basement item, but this is awfully big level to be digging early. Let's see how much time he wants to commit to it.
Also, that room is terrible.
Yeah, that Chevy room. That was actually the map room. It's the vanilla map room because it does look like unshuffled dungeon drops because that is where you got the map in that Chevy. But instead of Keese and Gurias, it's Wizarobes and other nonsense in there.
Look, I'm okay with every large dungeon being Wizarobes, and there's a wand. Fury is down in level 7.
All right, that's a gamble that paid off. He did not have to spend too many rooms in that 7, and he got a big offense upgrade right off the bat.
Well, this scene will be done in 20 minutes. Thank you and good day.
Yeah, we don't know about Heart Shuffle, although the nice thing about the unshuffled dungeon drops is that even if Heart Shuffle is on, they will know where to look for those floor items if they are familiar with the boss rooms, which I'm pretty sure both of them are.
I don't think Thirwolf digs 7 if he sees 7. Once he realizes it's 7, I don't think he digs it.
Yeah, good chance.
I mean, no real reason to.
Most people don't, and I think Fury might have just gone in there because it's so early. It's, you know.
And if we do have White Sword available, then unless there's a red bubble swordless situation, the runners are probably going to be okay without the wand if they can get that White Sword, which, if that's hint that we saw about it being on Death Mountain is truthful, then they're probably good to go. So far, not a whole lot besides that wand. Both runners have gotten their bomb back.
I was going to buy it. Interesting. So we've seen 2 hints about the White Sword that suggest that it's in the second quest letter location, if those hints are true. Because if it's on Death Mountain and Feat of Strength, there's only one.
It could also be second quest Magic Sword.
Oh, I guess that's Death Mountain too. Yeah. So 2 places. Still narrows it down, assuming you believe the hints are true. It is random whether hints are helpful, mixed, deceptive, or what, and there are at least phrases if they're helpful. But
by the way, we have second quest 1 through 6.
Fury was in a dungeon. I didn't get a good look at it.
Fury was in a dungeon. He started on the far right, and there is an immediate bait block. And the only 2 dungeons that can have that are level 3 second quest and level 8 second quest. Yeah, although the bait block is actually not required.
Yeah, or first quest level 7, although the first quest level 7 bait block can shuffle other places. The second quest ones don't.
So if there's anything second quest in the seed, ergo, if there's any second quest dungeons in the seed, the Bomb Upgrade and Hunger Guria will not shuffle out of level 7. That only works in first quest and shapes because of the old man logic.
So in this case, there's a bait block somewhere in level 7 that Fury didn't have to bother with, and there's one in level 3, which I guess is blocking him.
He was actually key blocked because there was a key door to go to the left. That bait block will not be required, so there's going to be no meat purchases, I don't think. Thirwolf finds level 7. Thirwolf is going to pick this map up. If he... Oh, he's going to get this wand real quick. He might actually have a much shorter level 7 than Fury did. He's just got to do this clip. Good clip from Thirwolf. He's got his wand. Yeah, I wonder if he just leaves.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, of course, he doesn't have any clue Heart Shuffle or not, but there's so many rooms that we know from Fury that the heart wasn't very far away, but there's so many places it could be that. And hey, they got the magical key on the coast.
That's a big pickup for both runners with that second quest. With this second quest, first quest combo, keys are generally an extremely precious resource, so having that any key readily available is going to be very nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
we'll go back to 3 now.
Yeah, could really save you some trips to the key shop and money farming if you don't have to worry about that. Because, like you said, second quest has way fewer keys than first quest, and the first quest doors in the bigger dungeons are hungrier, especially in level 9. So having that mixed quest combination, you really don't. It's a real relief having any key.
Oh, by the way, the drops can be killed.
Oh, yes, that is another Elite 8 flag. It's 50-50 killable drops, which is a really screwy flag because if you're used to playing The Legend of Zelda at a high level, you're used to picking up drops by stabbing them or throwing a boomerang or shooting an arrow at them. All of a sudden, you can't do that because they'll just die.
So we see the any roads on Thirwolf's side. The question is, when does he go back for that ladder item?
One of those any roads was the first quest level 3 screen, and it was green, which means it's mixed quest second, and there's only going to be one large secret.
And they have to buy a candle. Bear in mind.
Yes. So
this level 3 does not look pleasant. Sorry, continue.
Yes, they will. Yeah, it's a great point. They'll have to buy a candle, so they don't have to buy keys. So some relief, but.
And we're hearing in the chat that it's a boomstick seed.
Yeah. Well, they don't have to buy keys, and they don't have to buy arrows. So maybe they'll be able to get access to that boomstick, but obviously, candle's a higher priority.
I don't know. I almost wonder if you forego the candle and go for the boomstick, knowing that there's wizards, and hey, we have another level.
I don't know. I mean, if you get money before you bought a candle, no extra candles. I don't know. Buying the boomstick, bold play.
I'm trying to figure out what level that is on Thirwolf's side.
I didn't get a good enough look
at it. If it's 8, it would be the... No, that's too far over to the right to be 8. That might actually be second quest 6. Actually, yeah, I think this is 6. Yeah, this is definitely 6. Based on that key location combined with the red bubbles.
But we do have you can potentially have second quest monsters outside second quest dungeons with this flag set, but ooh, we got a heart container in a basement. Now that could just be the ladder heart. We do know that ladder heart's shuffled because we saw the magical key on the ghost. But if we see more than one of those, then you have to start to think about dungeon heart shuffle and extra items on the floor somewhere.
Correct. And that's something that is very important to keep in mind if you are running this yourself, is that in the event of no dungeon heart shuffle, that first heart you see in the stair is not necessarily the the dungeon heart shuffle indicator because of that coast heart potential. So right now there's not really a ton of difference between the two runners. I mean, yes, Fury has the ending key, but Thirwolf so far hasn't been that heavily key blocked.
And Thirwolf, of course, will make it to the coast eventually. It's just a matter of when.
Both runners have left level 6 with just the floor drop item, both assuming that Heart Shuffle is not on, which is pretty reasonable at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that Thirwolf saved before doing this, because now he can retry, he can get his bombs back, and he doesn't lose that 10 rupees. Good dodge from Thirwolf to get away from the sword before it hit him. Looks like we have ±4, but I can't tell if it's that or just that Lionel's being hit a ton.
Yeah. Pretty big pile of Lionels to try to read.
Fury finds a level 9 here on Death Mountain. I don't... Sorry?
That's definitely a first quest level 9, and he couldn't go left, which is always interesting.
I'm gonna guess that's a corridor stair.
Could be.
Thirwolf will find that momentarily. And there's a level right next to start as well. Let's see, based on the start location, combined with the directions you can go, this could be 1Q8. Although there is no floor drop, although there is no Goma room in 1Q8 with a key. But based on this layout, I'm willing to call it 1Q8 at this point.
Well, it's definitely a dungeon they started with the Triforce from, because they've got it didn't light up when he picked that up.
Thirwolf is going to opt not to spend his last bomb, can't say I blame him, and if there's nothing in level 8, then it doesn't do him any good anyway. You know what I think Thirwolf's doing, actually? I think he's going straight for the candle.
Yeah. He's got 62 rupees. Heading to the shop.
No, he's going to level 3.
Yeah.
Not a terrible play, honestly. If he can get past this blue Wizard Broom, he might be able to get something out of here, which would help him a lot. He definitely knows that it's second quest 1 through 6 at this point, and here's the blue Wizards.
Yeah. It's funny, usually doing Death Mountain early is kind of a contrarian play, but because the seed started them up there and didn't give them a candle, it kind of forced them both into routing that way.
Well, I don't think we've seen a bonus cave yet either.
No. Well, we saw the sword, so we know it's no extra candles, even if we had.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Although I think if you're in this situation, the only time you don't take the sword is if you have a positive ID on the white sword location.
Sure.
Which, given that at least Thirwolf knows that the white sword is power bracelet blocked, he would have taken the candle anyway. Or taken the sword anyway, because you probably need that sword to get to the power bracelet. This would actually be a decent case to get a candle before coming in here. Not for any other reason other than just candle boosting.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not an easy room to get through. Regardless of what type of runner you are, that is not an easy room to do, and I don't blame Thirwolf at all for leaving. Although he might come back with a candle. And try to candle boost through it.
Right, because it looks like he's about to buy one.
He might also just go try to find level 4 or 2. Crucial to note is that we do have a situation that, because Red Ring and Silvers are outside of 9, Thirwolf could potentially find a red ring somewhere, and that would make that entrance of level 3 a significantly easier task to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of levels...
Yeah, we got one on the river, in one of the second quest river spots, since they started with the ladder. It's
This is probably 4.
Yeah, it's got to be either 4 or 7, just based on the mugger being there. So,
and we've already seen 7.
Yeah, that's right. We saw first quest 7, so second quest 7 isn't going to be there. So yeah, it's got to be 4. And they started with level. Well, we have the level 4 Triforce mark on the tracker. Is that because was that the but second quest kind of confused? It has different Triforce slots. I don't know if we tracked that yet.
I think it is actually the correct spot. I want to say when they paused, they had that like center left Triforce marked. Thirwolf is going to opt not to do level 4 at the moment. Can't really say I blame him. It might... I mean, he was bomb blocked at the time. It might not be the worst idea in the world to eventually go poke your head in there, because it does have 2 items. But... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
They're saying in chat that it was... if based on second quest small dungeons, it's actually the level 5 Triforce they had, but they can't fix it because there's problems with the tracker right now.
Gotcha. But Thirwolf could also be thinking, let me get some money and not have to give up a heart to go through that room in the event that there's no bomb or walkthrough walls, which is actually kind of reasonable, given it is level 4. Hey, our first bonus cave. The question will be, does Fury ought to do that dungeon while he's there and just give up the heart? Assuming he goes for it, it looks like at the moment he is not heading that direction. He wants to do some other exploration first. Likely forgotten spot in Candle Row. Gets the double kill on the Patras and is rewarded with... Ooh, the large secret.
Yeah, it's not Patras. We don't have Patras on the overworld yet. Do not give Fred any ideas.
Well... that would make Fury's efforts going into level 4 a bit smoother, except I think he's going to just buy the candle here. Which makes all of the sense. He might still opt to do level 4 and pay the 50 rupee toll. Thirwolf about to pick up his any key. Ooh, no, he's going to buy the candle and he is going to save. He is not going to look at that ladder spot, which we now know they need the Triforce out of that dungeon.
I was saying in chat, which I think I knew, that bosses on the overworld was looked into and it glitches things out. But...
Apparently so does like Zals and Fires. Anything that splits.
Yeah.
The overworld does not know how to handle it. Like the whelps. Fury finds a new level. No, wait, no, this is level 3. He's back in level 3.
Yeah.
Now with the candle, he might try to just candle boost his way through this room.
Well, it's a maze room. But no wonder they couldn't get anywhere in here.
Fury does get a good pattern and is able to continue on in the dungeon. Thirwolf is oh, look at that. Another one. Thirwolf is making his way up here, though. He may come back, and look at this!
Yo, dog, I heard you like whiz robes.
By the way, that's now 2... Okay, this is where the actual heart drop will be, so... yeah. This is fine. If we have vanilla drop rooms, none of those blue wizard rooms have to be cleared. Although, Fury may want to go ahead and clear these Dodongos out, as he is doing, to get some bombs. Thirwolf is now in this level. Or not.
And these triple Dodongos are in fact the vanilla boss, the only ladder that they already hired. But it does confirm Heart Shuffle is in fact on.
Yes, it does.
Assuming we're right about vanilla dungeon drops, which I think we are.
I think so. And
yeah.
That's actually really big information for Fury, unless the floor drop in this dungeon is a heart. Now granted, everything we've seen so far is that of the dungeons we've been to, there have been no actual floor drops. They do need this Triforce. Thirwolf is going to opt to go down first, and this is the item room with not blue wizard robes. But They did roll up. Thirwolf will find out here that Heart Shuffle is on, as that Dodongo room is relatively easy to clear. And there's a heart on the floor.
Yeah.
That should be the indicator for... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you could possibly read it as shuffled item drops and not Heart Shuffle, in which case it would just be the heart and the ladder happen to switch places, but I think we're right that Heart Shuffle's on.
I don't think you'd chance... I don't know if you'd chance that necessarily, because there's been so many vanilla drop locations so far.
Yeah.
That seems like a poor gamble to make versus Heart Shuffle is on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that will drive either runner to go back to 6, nor will it drive Thirwolf to go back to 7. But it may drive him to dig a little bit more of that level 4 he saw.
Yeah.
And to answer the question in chat, they did not pick up the ladder because they started with a ladder. Both runners will now have their Triforces out of level 3. I feel like if you're Thirwolf, you get the money to do level 4, and you do level 4 here. If you're Fury, you just keep exploring the overworld, because you have not seen everything on the overworld. Or maybe you even give up the heart, because you already have that 6 heart guaranteed white sword. And if you're not worried about having the magical sword, you just pay the 1 heart toll and just move on, which is a completely valid strategy, especially with runners of this skill level.
Yeah.
They could do this seed on white. They could do the seed on wood sword if they wanted to. They probably don't want to, but they could. Thirwolf may also check for some extra bomb or walkthrough walls here. See? Nope. It looks like you have to go through the toll room. Unless you can bomb out of it. Thirwolf's just gonna pay the heart. He's not even gonna play around with it. He's just saying, let's just go. I can do the seed with 6 hearts, white sword, or wood sword if necessary. And I think that's a good play to make at this point. You know you need to keep exploring dungeons. Fury now knows that a power base is required for the white sword. He's gonna keep digging, though. Don't believe this can be a push block. It cannot. Wow, level 4, very restrictive on movement. I did not see what hint Fury got.
Oh, it's a step over the water from the magical key, apparently.
So what is the path through this level 4? Because there doesn't seem to be one. Oh, it's north of the old man.
Yeah, you can't be forced to bomb behind a bomb upgrade, but Mugger, absolutely you can. That's kind of how Muggers are supposed to work, so it's easy to forget to bomb up from one of those rooms sometimes.
Yep. And now, Fury takes a potion out of the bonus cave. Don't blame him at all. He's got enough hearts. And the Triforce is 1 room away here in this level 4.
Second Quest level 4 has 2 basements, in addition to the floor drops. Might want to look around a bit, but it's also gigantic and has these kind of crazy force paths, so maybe you want to get out of here. Goma creeps with the power bracelet now. Combine that with the white sword hint. That is intriguing for sure.
Combined with the mixed overworld and the slightly higher likelihood of power bracelet blocks, combined with the enemy roads being shuffled, that actually may just send Thirwolf right back over to 6 to pick up that power bracelet, as that unlocks a significant number of spots for him.
Yeah. We haven't seen any community hints, so I don't think it's mixed hints. It's either... So the hints are either helpful or just deceptive, in which case some of these hints could be lies.
Agreed. But I think if you're Thirwolf at this point, you know that you have a potential lead for level 6 having power bracelet. You just go back to 6, you get your power bracelet, that'll probably get you your white sword, and then you try to find 2. And pray you don't need recorder or ladder. Or raft, rather. We also haven't seen 8.
Yeah, the tracker is broken on the back end, unfortunately. We will...
The runners have items.
Yes, if you have any questions about what Triforce pieces or items the runners have, we probably won't know, because we've already forgotten, but we'll do our best.
I'm also being corrected in that we have seen level 8.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if you're Thirwolf, you probably keep looking for a level 2, but you also have 6 in the back of your mind as, if I don't find 2 soon, go there.
And our tracker CD and Prov is taking notes on the stuff they find. So if the technical issues are solved, we will be able to update things very quickly.
Also, for those of you hoping for the 30-minute seed, you have been denied. And Thirwolf wins big on the money-making game. Opting not to pick up the ladder, can't say I blame him, as he doesn't necessarily need a potion, and if he wants a potion, he'll just get one out of a bonus cave anyway. Fury now checking the spots that Thirwolf had just checked. He's eventually going to come across level 4 being on that ladder spot. The question will be, does he dig it for the items, or does he just take the Triforce and leave? Thirwolf gets a potion out of the Heart Cave. I think Thirwolf will do Deadwoods, finish off his exploration of start, and then probably just up A, save, and go to 6. To answer the question in chat, no, we have not seen level 5 yet.
Or if we have, we didn't catch it, because you have hidden dungeon numbers, so it is possible for us to see a level and miss it.
Correct. Until we get the map, or we just see enough of the rooms, because we know it's vanilla second quest 1 through 6, vanilla first quest 7 through 9, so we'll have an idea of what the room layouts should be. As opposed to hidden numbers and shapes, which is just terrible.
Yeah, and Sarnax reminding us in chat that the tracker is actually wrong about their starting Triforces. They started with the level 5 Triforce because it's second quest. And at the time we were filling out the tracker before it broke, we didn't know that the first half was second quest. So the only Triforces they need are 2, 3, and 4, and Thirwolf has 4 and 3, and Fury has 3. So still looking. Level 2 is the one we're looking for, and we just found another one. Is this?
I think Thirwolf just found level 2 and Fury just found level 5.
Alright.
So we're only missing level 1 now, which neither runner technically needs. I think Thirwolf will dig this level 2, and then he will go to 9 afterwards, and just gamble that Gan is not required if he doesn't have bow by that point.
Yeah. Bow on the floor in level 1 in a blocked by a recorder. That's
I would actually... Okay, so this is the troll in me coming out. I want to see Raft in level 9 to get to level 1 to get the bow for a required Ganon.
Fantastic.
Yeah. You find the transport stair in level 2. Thirwolf is going to go ahead and take it. It's going to take him towards the center top. Logically, I don't
think it actually is, because the logic doesn't take into account starting items. If you have, for flag sets where you're required fewer than 8 Triforces, you can have required double dips like that. But even though we start with random Triforces in this tournament, it's technically always 8 Triforces required. So there can be important items in 9 if they're not blocked, but the forced double dips we don't really see.
At least not yet. Although what would be interesting is we actually have had deceptive hints this whole time, and Raft is in 9 to lead to a red ring white sword item.
I mean, if that's the case, they'll probably never see it, because...
In theory.
Yeah.
Thirwolf finds the oh shoot in level 2. Fury finds another stair in level 4, 5, whichever level this is. It's a level with rooms. And Thirwolf finds a second shoot room in level 2. Well, I mean, every second quest level is level 4, so...
This Gleeok Fury's killing should if this is 5, this will be the boss room, and you should get a drop on the right side of that room.
Absolutely, it is a heart.
Yes.
Man, is this going to be the one seed where there's like 7 hearts in their proper places, 1 heart out of place, and it's the heart in level 3?
Yeah, and with the item they started with.
Yeah. Barry finds a corridor stair in level 5. It is another transport. He's going to opt to take it. And that will put him over in the center zigzag. Did you know that you can force a bomb off of a rupee with killable drop items?
Yeah, I saw someone do that in one of these races. It's pretty slick.
Thirwolf finds the magical shield. He's going to opt to pick that up. I think that's a pretty good play here.
Yeah.
Knowing he's going to go to 9 next. 9 is probably wizards.
Yeah, well, not just that. Just walking from their start screen to 9, you've got to bypass some Lionel, so shield can come in handy.
There is that.
Yeah.
We still have not seen an item in this level 5. Thirwolf is now looking for the Triforce in level 2. He will move on to level 9 afterwards. Fury picks up the level 5 Triforce. I imagine he's going to go back in because he has not seen both items yet. Thirwolf gets his Triforce out of level 2. He is now eligible to go into level 9. He does not have the bow. He does have the silver arrows. Fury has now found level 2. The big problem Fury will have is he will still need to find level 4 in order to get into 9. So right now Thirwolf is in the driver's seat, but this is by no means a close and shut match.
Yeah, if there are a lot of ways this could swing. If required Ganon and the bow somewhere that Fury gets to first, it's nowhere near open.
So what we're looking for here in level 9 is we're looking for a couple of different things. We're going to be going into as many rooms by going up as possible, due to the 50-50 chance that Zelda and Ganon are in their normal rooms. We're going to be listening for the Roar of Ganon. If we hear the Roar of Ganon, we know that Ganon will be one room adjacent. And we're also looking for a single shutter door room. If the single shutter opens automatically after Ganon is defeated without killing all the enemies, we will have found the location of Zelda. If the single shutter door does not open after killing all the enemies, we will also have found the location of Zelda, and we will need to kill Ganon. And we are aware that there are tracker issues going on in the background. Please bear with us. Thirwolf does currently have all the Triforces, but he does not have the bow, crucially, in this level 9. However, he is gambling on Ganon not required, which makes sense given it's a 50-50, and he gets exploration of 9 out of it either way.
Fury also opting to pick up the magical shield.
Honestly, a good choice for both runners, given that
I mean, everything we said when Thirwolf picked it up still applies.
Yep. Slightly unfortunate that wish hubs are not at 9, though. Thirwolf may need to start clearing some rooms for stairs at some point. He's not quite there yet. Here's a single shutter room. But it's guarded by a Patra.
I'll check it. It's like those Patra satellites rolled down a little bit.
And Thirwolf having no issues taking out the Patra. The door does open, so that doesn't necessarily rule out Zelda being there. And Pole's voice scarred the compass. That is a good hint for Thirwolf to get. Fury's looking for
that compass. He should be looking for. Now he's killing these Pole's voice, but if we're right about the unshuffled drops, he should be looking for Pole's voice in a black floor.
Red ring is in level 2.
Oh, was that the floor item?
That is the floor drop.
Nice.
So, Fury has the big advantage on the defense. Thirwolf has the advantage on the exploration. We will see which one comes more into play. This could be the compass right here.
Yeah, if you get a hint like Pole's voice, it could be just a mixed monster room where some of them are Pole's voice. And with that black floor, I'd be clearing it. But
Thirwolf has opted not to clear it. He may still not be thinking that vanilla dungeon drops are on. Now, granted, he could stumble into Zelda's room. And that might be what he's going for, is a just randomly fall into Zelda's room type of thing. First item in level 9 found. It is a heart container. Fury's still looking for level 4. Also, in both cases, the compass room in level 9 is a dark room.
Yeah, in both quests. So even if this wasn't,
Fury might be thinking order blocked.
And if there's one compass room you want to memorize, I'm sure he just made the gamble that he doesn't want to spend time clearing that room, or maybe he's not thinking about it because either.
He might also just be thinking that it's. He might also just be thinking, like we were saying earlier, that it's not vanilla floor drops. Because of that latter heart container situation in 3. Thirwolf is now facing off against Le Patra. Fury has picked up the breadstick.
Yeah, that recorder can be pretty useful if you get it quite a bit earlier than he just did. But
if it leads him to unbeaten new dungeon locations, he's probably going to be kicking himself. It leads to vanilla locations. Here's a single shutter door if Zelda is not in her traditional room, but again, Thirwolf is looking for rooms that you can enter from the south because of that 50-50 chance. Fury's about to find level 4 if he remembers where the bomb spot is. He does.
Yeah.
Fury's just gonna pay the heart. Don't blame him at all. He has 9 and the red ring.
Yeah. Best hope for Fury to flip this around is force Ganon with the bow here in 4 if he digs it, because Thirwolf left some stuff behind here.
Alternatively, if Fury clears out that dark room that had that Pole's voice and gets the compass and is able to get to Zelda first, that would also help him significantly. I think Thirwolf is going to be looking for pure Pulse Voice rooms to clear for the compass at this point. Wait, we might have a hint. The beast awaits in southwest of Skull. That doesn't really help us that much.
Well, it would be very helpful if we had a bow.
Fury finds the Triforce.
And I believe that completes Fury's Triforce.
Yes. And it looks like, Thirwolf is fishing for a bomb drop here.
Fury's not digging. Looks like he's gonna join, join Thirwolf here in 9.
So Thirwolf has explored quite a bit of this 9 already. So there's definitely still an advantage for Thirwolf in this case.
Now, one thing that might come into play, Fury's always saying in level 9, always clear those black floor rooms. Like, he'll do it like even if vanilla item drops isn't on, he'll say he's just in the habit of clearing those rooms. So if that room that Thirwolf took a pass on is the compass, Fury might find it. And
that could be big news for him, as that would swing the seed back. That would swing the momentum back in his direction. Also, having Red Ring and extra hearts will be significantly helpful, as he doesn't have to worry about face tanking stuff.
Yeah.
But I believe there was also a bomb wall to get into that room, and Fury is kind of low on bombs, so we'll see if he even opts to try to find it. Thirwolf's going to take this stair. So the question in chat is, if Ganon is required, do you dig? I think if you're Thirwolf, you do not.
Well, the question was, where do you dig? So, yeah, the first question is, do you keep digging at 9? I mean, Thirwolf's already seen a heart container here, so there's one basement item here and a bunch of stuff elsewhere, so he'd probably leave and go to... You usually, I mean, I think the general answer is you go to wherever you have items left that are reasonably small and do them in order. I mean,
So,
I think some people would go to the dungeon where you left more things behind, and some people would go to the dungeon where you have fewer rooms left. But
I'd probably, if it was myself, I'd probably do 1 or 2 first.
yeah,
Sorry,
They
2
haven't
or 4
seen one.
first, because we haven't seen 1.
yeah.
Although I don't think Thirwolf's seen 5 either. Let's see. Nothing on this column of 9. Zelda may be in the southwest, near where Ganon is. Fury's going to clear out this room, but it will not have the compass.
Unless the old man is lying about the pulse voice.
In which case, we got a whole nother situation that just showed up. Thirwolf takes a death, which may not actually be the worst thing in the world for him. Fury finds another Patra. Currently, Thirwolf has a better bomb count, so if Zelda is heavily bomb blocked, that is favor towards Thirwolf. If Zelda is heavily combat blocked, that is favor towards Fury. Both runners now have the map. Patra guards the map.
Patra has the map.
Let's see. Thirwolf is going to continue to assume that's a stair room.
One of the worst hints in the vanilla game, because there are like 5 Patras in vanilla level 9.
Yeah, there is that.
No.
Looks like Thirwolf is going to go up this central column. Both runners are checking for stairs, although Thirwolf is choosing not to take a bunch of them. I'm either guessing he has an idea of where he wants to go in 9, or he's already been in those stairs. Here's some gels. Fury was in this room earlier. Yeah, I think Zelda's going to have to be in the southwest at 9 here. Thirwolf gets a bomb pack. Fury is still on 2 bombs. So we will have to be a little bit careful. I do believe there's a floor pack in this general vicinity of 9. He has not seen the Pulse Voice hint yet.
roar.
You have a roar on. I'm pretty sure that's Thirwolf's side.
Yeah. And
but there's no way to get to him from there. You're gonna have to go around, and that's what Thirwolf is looking for now, is a way to get around. Thirwolf going to do the trick to get rid of the lane molus quickly, which is stand in the door and fire away with the wand. They cannot hit you while this is to go.
now wait a second. The hint was Ganon is in the southwest. He was in the bottom of the M column. So if Ganon was left of him, the hint is true, and if Ganon was south of him, the hint is false.
That is correct, and that is an extremely crucial distinction. The exact location of Ganon. The L in Realm is in the southwest. The M in Realm is in the southeast. If Ganon is in the M column, the hint is wrong. If Ganon is in the L column, the hint is right. That's a very good observation. And I think at this point we're going to see Thirwolf do a bunch of stair hopping.
I don't know. We've seen a lot of hints that we didn't confirm either way, so.
Fury's killing this Darknet room.
With random hints, I'm always worried about it.
See, there's a bomb wall to the north in this room for Fury. Oh, well, there's a Zelda.
Yep.
Fury is finished in first place with an official SRL time of 52 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, and that was a nice come from behind victory. Thirwolf was in 9 a lot earlier, and Fury kind of just went the right way.
Although Thirwolf is in the same general area, it sounds like we do have a
FurySK, GG, sir.
Everybody's favorite game.
So, the big difference between the two of you guys coming into...
And Thirwolf just finished. Yeah.
Official time of 52:56.
Yeah. Well.
And we are joined by him.
Yo.
Oh, GG. Thirwolf, you were in that 9 a lot earlier. Fury just downed the bomb hole.
Yeah.
36 seconds earlier. Yeah.
I was running out of spots.
It's an interesting seed. You want to talk us through it?
I don't know.
Oh, one thing we had a question about. Did you read it as vanilla dungeon drop rooms?
I didn't pay that much attention to it. I saw the Triforces and Triforce rooms, so yeah.
Because we noticed there was a black floor room in 9 that you didn't clear that we were wondering about. Well,
and we are joined by him.
It probably had garbage enemies I didn't want to deal with.
Probably. Yeah. Oh, GG. Thirwolf, you were in that 9 a lot earlier. Fury just downed the bomb hole.
Pulse Voice had the compass according to
36 seconds earlier. Yeah.
I never found said hit.
It's an
I think I still cleared probably like 30.
It's an interesting seed. You want to
so I wasn't clearing anywhere.
You want to talk us through it?
By clear, I mean I just ran through all but maybe 3 or 4 when I got shuttered.
Oh, one thing we had
Darknuts. I'm wondering how much of a factor my decision to dig 7 really early had on that.
It didn't have much because Thirwolf also dug 7 really early and got the wand like 3 minutes after you did.
Well, so much for my Redbird Grad meta play. Rip.
But you did have the red ring, which Thirwolf did not get.
Yeah.
Very bottom left of the A in 2, and I had, I think, 6 rooms left, so I was like, what the heck, let's check this, like, 2 off over here, and then give up and go, and found said Gliok, did not struggle like I did in 1-hit KO against said Gliok, and saw the red ring and was pretty happy.
And that red ring probably helped you have a faster 9. Because there were some things that Thirwolf actually took at least one death in there and was probably turned away by some other garbage rooms. So
Yeah, I was really tempted to up A in that blue dark nut room over on the left side because that was not really fun, even with stick and wand in hand. I guess I
Yeah,
was
I
quite fortunate to keep going.
ended up dying in that blue dark nut room on the left side. Because I just didn't care to clear it, really, and I had other ways to go. Well, another way to go, I suppose.
How about that entryway into 3, though? Shoutouts to that 3.
That 3 was so horrible.
oh yes, the dark maze room full of whiz robes. I mean, it might be easier to tell when you're playing. When we were watching, it just seemed like the whiz robes were getting in your face, and then when you lit the room up, I realized, oh, you can't even walk left. You have to it's a maze. So.
Yeah,
Guys, what are you talking about? It was the best dungeon ever.
No.
I think I died twice in there, and I'm just like, you know what? I know I need this, but forget this for now. We're going to go somewhere else for a minute or two and hope for some better items, because I was kind of interested in finding that bow, and was really worried in 9 when I couldn't find said bow.
Yeah, no idea where the bow was.
Yeah, none of us do. We the tracker glitched out on SpeedGaming's side, so unless CD can parse it from our notes, I don't think we can even really tell by process of elimination where it must be. But
My guess would be 1 or 4. If bow is the question, my guess would be 1 or 4. If it's something else, then my apologies.
yeah, that was a question.
Had something.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we never saw one. I have to assume it's blocked by something somewhere.
I almost made I guess I did make a bad play in some regards, because I had 2 spots left on the overworld, both ladder spots on the way towards Vanilla White Sword, and figured the chances of recorder from 8 being more required were pretty high, so just kind of ignored those 2 spots until I fluted to the last dungeon, which was 5 I had, I guess. Well, it was technically 4, but 5 in terms of vanilla flute spots. And luckily enough, that led me right to the ladder spot I needed to go for 4. Otherwise, I've been digging around a while.
And we figured that was going to be the big difference between you guys, as Thurl found 4 significantly earlier.
I was pretty sad when I found that, and almost considered metagaming 9, just because I was pretty sure at that point I was probably at least 4 to 5 minutes behind, maybe more.
So, Thirwolf, do you have a loser's remorse flag in mind for game 2?
Oh. You know, as much as my urge is to turn off killable drop items, I'll probably just turn off enemy drop group shuffle again.
Yeah, let's talk about killable drop up groups, because that is a weird flag, isn't it?
It's the one flag that I really hate, but it doesn't. It's just an inconvenience.
No.
Yeah, I don't know that I really like killable item drops. It took me a handful of times killing my bombs to realize that it was on, and I guess it never really impacted me too much. It just forced me into a situation where I kept retrying off the start screen just so I could conserve 2 or 3 bombs I had.
Speaking of that start screen,
Yeah.
was that not the greatest start screen you've ever seen?
I've definitely had way worse, I will say that.
Yeah, I beat my head against it the second time trying to go down that ladder before. I was just like, okay, I have to get them to spawn in a different pattern because this red Lionel isn't going to leave me alone.
I never really had the problem, but I did occasionally get smacked in behind with a sword and down to 1 heart immediately. So that was not fun.
I got the spawn where the red Lionel was on the ladder constantly charging up towards you, and that didn't work.
Yeah, question in chat. We do have the Bogey Smalls Chester game 2 and 3 are later tonight, starting at 10, ostensibly on one of the speed gaming channels. We haven't picked a channel yet, and of course, the speed gaming website's down right now, so we wouldn't even be able to look at the schedule if it had been. But I'm sure surely this technical problem won't last for the next 4 hours. So just hang tight.
I'm pretty sure you just challenged the internet to not be broken for 4 hours.
From what I saw, we definitely have a lot of SMZ 1v1 scheduled as well tonight on Speed Gaming, so it's my guess is probably one of the channels a little bit further back to give them priority since they're a little bit further along, I think, than we are at the current moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty exciting stuff over there too, so plenty of stuff to watch tonight for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have a game 2 scheduled yet. Have you talked about that?
I think we're just kind of playing it slow. I mean, every round you win in the winners bracket is a 2-week wait, and if you
Yeah.
keep going super fast, will eventually be a month until we play, or whoever wins this plays another game. So I think probably sometime closer to the weekend we'll play game 2 and then game 3 if necessary, probably Monday or Tuesday early next week, something like that.
Sounds good. We'll look forward to it. Thanks to Speed Gaming for the restream, despite the technical issues. Thanks to Alsoa for joining me on commentary, and thanks to our runners FurySK and Thirwolf for a very exciting and close race. I'm John Taven, and until later, we will bid you a good evening.
Y'all stay safe out there.